Now, family, as I marvel at the implications of this text this week, I was reminded of one of the publications that I love so much. It's called The Voice of the Martyrs. And The Voice of the Martyrs is a publication that follows the persecuted church outside of the United States of America. It is that publication on social media and used to be in print that chronicles for us the stories of our brothers and sisters all around the world who don't get a chance to enjoy the freedoms that you and I take for granted. The freedom to gather in safety, the freedom to worship in safety, the freedom to come into rooms like this and go out into parking lot and there's nobody out there waiting to chop off your head. It is that publication that chronicles for us the real stories of pastors who've been dragged out of their churches on Sunday morning and beheaded right in front of their families. It chronicles the stories of pastors and people who watch their buildings burned down by militia. Listen, it chronicles the stories of Christians all around the world who are wrestling with this very real tension, hear me, between God and government. That they're living in nations with tyrannical leaders who are hostile towards Christianity. And it's in those nations they have to fight with the laws they have to obey against the persecution for the spread of the gospel. And it's in those nations they are currently, right now as I'm preaching to you this Sunday morning, they're on the other side of the world wrestling with that clash between God and government. I've seen this firsthand when I was in Turkey, a country, man, where Christianity almost does not exist, where we had to take off our shoes to walk into the mosque. And we had to honor the laws of the nation to go into the mosque. And wrestling between, do we obey God or do we obey the government? Man, people are wrestling with that all around the world. Here in America, you got a little taste of that during the pandemic, when the government said in certain states you can't gather. Do we take the vaccine or not take the vaccine? Do we wear masks or not take masks? You got some churches gathered all the way through. You got churches like ours in Georgia where they say you can't gather. 2 years with no gathering at all. And it's this real tension we felt during the pandemic between God and government. Hear me. That tension, I believe, in America is going to heat up. For a day is coming, I'm telling you right now, they're going to pass laws against the scriptures. They will say laws like, man, if you preach that in the word of God, it is hate speech. If you say, man, this is biblical marriage, it is hate speech. If you say from the pulpit a man can't marry a man and a woman can't marry a woman, it's hate speech. We in the United States of America, watch me, a day is coming when we're going to feel that tension between God and government, and that we're going to have to make a decision. Do we obey God? Or do we obey presidents? And do we